So the first thing we're going to need is apples, and these are the kind of apples that I have. I forgot what these are called, but they're huge and they're delicious. I forgot what they're called. I don't remember. These are Fuji apples, and Uncle Giles called this a black apple. And so I've got different varieties, and this is what I've got left. So what I'm going to do is I make mine with the skin on. So I'm just going to cut and core and dice them. I don't want them too fine, but you don't want them great big huge chunks. And I'm going to put them in my slow cooker. So here is my crock pot full of apples. You can see that they're not too big, but they're not too small. They're just a nice thick dice. I'm going to turn it on high. I have added a cup and a half of water, and I'm going to cover that without breaking it and let it cook for 4.5 to 5 hours, somewhere in there, and then I will come back to check on it. This is what I got left. I think I'm going to do a dessert for that with those. We'll see. Alright, so I'm kind of in a small workspace. I've got to put this here. It's 48 degrees today, so it is really cold, and I need my hoagie buns to rise. So I'm in a small workspace. Sorry about that, but it is time to open the lid for my apples. They have been in here for 4 hours. Ooh! You can hear them bubbling away. You can see that there's still juice and everything in there. So I'm going to stir them up, and you can see they're starting to break apart. Well, you can kind of see that they're starting to break up on their own, which they are, yeah, they are breaking up very, very easily. And there's still plenty of juice down at the bottom. You don't want to dry these out. So what I'm going to do is I've got an immersion blender. Let me get it. This thing here with the bottom. It's very old. It still works, but it's very old. Or you can use your blender if you want. Just do it in batches. Like I said, I'm going to use my immersion blender and blend this up. And to it, I'm going to add 3 cups of brown sugar. I make my own brown sugar, so I tend to go a little heavy-handed on the molasses. So use dark brown sugar. And then I've got 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So I will come back here in just a minute when all this is pureed. What are you doing? Are you helping? Anyway, so I've got the apples all blended. I gave up and just used the blender. I had to. It was taking forever, and it's old, and it doesn't work that well. So it's all nice and smooth. You can leave it chunky if you want, but because I did the skins, I couldn't. First off, I was too lazy and didn't feel like coring and peeling all of those apples, so I left the skin. And the skin's where all the nutrients and the vitamins and everything are. So, that being said, I pureed it pretty good. And now I'm going to taste it to see how sweet it is. And be careful, it's liquid lava. It actually tastes really, really good all by itself. So, I'm going to add my 3 cups of brown sugar. And I've got 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. That's all going to go into... You want a bite? You want more? What you think? Mommy. Is it good? You want more? I think we got the seal of approval. Want more? Yep, it's good. I put the full 3 cups of brown sugar in, but I only did about half the cinnamon. It just didn't look right. It looked like a lot of cinnamon for the amount of apples I had. So I cut it back by about half. I didn't add too much in. If you like it more cinnamon, go ahead, but my family doesn't like it very, I guess, cinnamony. So I only added maybe half of the mixture. So what I'm going to do now is, it's on high, keep it on high, and I'm going to cattywampus the lid, and I'm going to let it cook for another 4 hours or so, just to kind of concentrate and cook down, and it'll be nice and thick, and it'll start to caramelize, and it'll get much darker than this here. So we'll see in another couple hours. So it's been simmering down for about 4 hours total. I don't know if you can see how dark it is, and it is thick. It smells so good. So I've got, excuse me, I've got a pot out that I'm going to water bath can this into half pints. I may do a pint for me to keep here at the house, but it's not a really big batch. But it is dark and it smells so good. And I'm going to can this up, just a water bath can, for 5 minutes for half pints, 10 minutes for pints, and 1/4 inch headspace from the top. So here they are out of the canner. Nice, dark, very rich and very delicious apple butter. Hope you enjoy.